Hello and I welcome all of you to our coaching call number 186, in which we are going to discuss some uh, new blue background questions. So let's start. So the rule is that everybody will read the questions and then they will give the answer and write in the chat box. Wait a moment. So which screen can you see? I think I should. Can you see the question only? Only with the question and the timer, right? Without any picture.
No any picture, no any answer.
You can see the
Yep.
screen with question number 371, right?
Yeah, we see.
Okay, let's start. This is question number 371, which is the first question for today.
Mr. Abdul, can you please announce to the people who joined the first time for this kind of the questions and answer that to give the answer directly to you, please?
Okay, yes. So everybody who are in the class, please in the chat box, select only to my name Abdul Rahim Sami and send the message only to me, not in the common group. Okay. So 371. A program manager is managing a complex program where stakeholders have conflicting needs and demands. What is the critical skill program manager must have to align the program with the organizational objectives? Option number A, effective communication skills. So I think A we can eliminate, because anyway I need to have this, but this is not subject to this scenario what is given in the exam, in the question. B, proactive leadership. I don't think this. No, but Mr. Islam, why B?
Well, the leadership is important to manage this the program and with organizational objectives. So, okay, so based on this logic, this D is the right answer, but I
Okay,
think
so
that the leadership is still important.
yes, leadership is important, but we are looking at the alignment of program with organizational objectives. So it means he has to be very much involved with the stakeholders.
The,
C,
the, the,
yes, C is negotiation and team building, and D is active stakeholder engagement. So, Dr. Mario, why C?
I don't know.
Okay, and Miss who gave C?
Me
Yes.
actually, when we say team building,
Hmm.
and negotiation and collaboration, that's why I choose team building. However, we do not have specific skills like
Hmm.
team building. And I remember that one during one of coaching call, you said that stakeholder engagement is also important when you have conflict
Correct.
within your team.
Right. Right. So, negotiation and team building. When I checked in detail this answer, it was given. The correct answer is D, as per the current scenario. Okay, the correct answer is D. I was only confused myself between C or D, because when I saw the wording of conflicting needs, then I wanted to go for negotiation. But the answer that I got is negotiation and team building are crucial for resolving the conflicts and fostering the collaboration. However, they do not encompass the broader scope of continuously engaging with all the stakeholders, which is a main requirement in this scenario. Whereas active stakeholder engagement, he said that these skills involve ongoing communication, consultation, and involvement of stakeholders throughout the program lifecycle. and it ensured the complete broader sense is covered. So as for my final thing, D should be the correct answer of 371, which is active stakeholder engagement.
Well, will we have this similar question, or it will be like on the different type? Because if you will look to the answers, the other answers is not, let's say, completely wrong. It's
Yes,
just the
sure.
elements.
That's why we are covering this new complex questions, in which it is also getting in 30 to 40 questions, it is getting difficult to even eliminate two options. So that's why in this we are discussing this 40-45 questions, around 20 to 25 very similar you will get.
I'm tired of the popcorn you want, sir. But leave this here. The popcorn.
Sorry, who is speaking? Hello, we welcome Mr. Abdullah to our special class. So he is one of the facilitator for this today's coaching call, and he will give us, he will be supporting with me for this class. So welcome, Abdullah. Thanks for joining early morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
So in this, Abdullah, I have selected D now as active stakeholder engagement, because when I saw that this involves the complete consultation of involving all the stakeholders, not C.
I also selected D in the real exam.
Okay, D.
So
Oh,
D, yes.
okay, good. Right. So 371, we all go for D, active stakeholder engagement.
Yeah. So I just want to add something, Mr. Sami here. This is
Yes.
Professor Rayas. Hello, everyone. So what I'm seeing from the precedence of this question is like, it's not saying that it's contradicting, it's a conflicting statement where exactly the engagement is compulsion to make sure that we are doing based on the power matrix grid. So here only engagement is required, even they have low interest or high interest. So this is only engagement which can help us. Negotiation and team building could be an very early stage. That is the reason the first hunch is to go negotiation and team building, but then it is a very early stage. Later, once everything will be basically the framework is designed, then we have to do more engagement so that the conflict which are arising between the demand, so needs and demand meet, it could be a scope creep.
Okay,
So here exactly you may want to
so
make sure that
continuously we need to do the stakeholder engagement. So it's good that we all agree D is the correct answer. 371.
Where is this? Is this in the book under principles, where the 8 principles are?
No, this is under the leader, the skills of the program manager. He should be actively engaging the stakeholders.
Right. So it says that. It says that in your booklet, or you don't have that in your booklet?
Wait a moment. In the booklet, in the page number 7, second point, stakeholder engagement. To successfully program manager skills, page number 7 of the booklet is written. Stakeholder engagement.
Okay.
372.
Okay.
Okay, this is a very tricky question. A key 372. A key resource in a program is going on indefinite leave, and project manager failed to inform the program manager about that. The leaving of the key resource will impact the critical milestones in a program and affect delivery of the deliverable. As a program manager, what should be your next step? So I think in option number C and D, this is not so immediately that we release the project manager as he failed, because we cannot change the person immediately if we make a mistake, or replace project manager of that component by contacting the HR department. So I think C and D should be the first one that we should eliminate. Why?
Because
Why?
it will not help. It will only create a problem because you will add more problem. You will have less resources,
Yes,
even the project manager.
yes. So the first thing is we should not release the resource. C and D, I think we should eliminate here. Mr. Feliciano, why D? Why you selected D?
I selected D because the resource is a key resource,
Hmm?
and technically we need somebody to certainly carry on the tasks.
Yes, but
So
no. But he is not asking about replacement of the person who is going on leave. He is talking about you are firing the project manager who made a mistake.
yeah, I mean, in my reading is the person is on leave as we
Hmm?
speak, and then we replace, basically find somebody to do the job temporarily until HR finds somebody for the longer term.
Okay,
So
a
in
key
the
resource is
immediate,
project manager failed to manage the leaving of the. But option D clearly say replace the project manager of that component. He's not talking about
okay,
finding a replacement of the person who is going on leave. I understand what you are saying, but in option number D is clearly mentioning replace the project manager based on the
I
mistake he did.
see, I see. So basically, we're not talking about the person that is left, but
No,
we're
no,
talking about
yes,
here.
no, no. We are
I'm
talking
with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
in D. He's saying replace the project manager of that component.
I'm
Means
with
the
you.
person who made a mistake. So C and D are gone. So
I'm with you.
I am confused between A and B. Okay, A and B. So the first one was Faisal sir. Why B?
Sir, so what I have done, I have just go with in the thumb rule that
Hmm,
the program manager cannot able to take any decision. So the
correct.
first he has to engage all the stakeholders, and the program sponsor is the first person he should have to inform.
Hmm,
Then he has to meet with the steering committee and then set up a team meeting. So that is a chronological
very
step.
good. Very good. Dr. Maria, why A?
Because you told me it was A. Because I
Yes.
asked you the same question. I
Yes.
picked B. I picked B. I got it wrong, and you told me it was A because the meeting program steering committee is first informed, and then the sponsor, and then they set up the team meeting.
Right. So in the beginning, when we discussed, even selected A because, from my point of view, informing the sponsor was we were considering as escalation. But then I revisited this. The Abdullah, what do you think of that? As per the new, I asked why A. Then the answer was while option A suggests meeting the program steering committee first, it is crucial to inform the sponsor before taking any further steps. The sponsor needs to be aware of the situation.
Okay, so I'm right. Then I picked the right answer when I did my.
Correct. You selected the
Oh,
B. B is the correct answer. But,
okay.
can somebody tell me that if I am informing the sponsor, is it not escalation? B is correct. Anyway, B is correct now.
Actually, I have a different perception, like why B should be the right answer. When
Okay.
there is a risk of failure to meet, I mean, failure to meet the deliverable,
Mhm.
sponsor should immediately aware. It's not an escalation, okay? So that
Okay.
he knows it clearly that there is something that is going to happen. Then the consequential or subsequential steps are meeting with the steering committee and do the mitigation or next steps. Since there is a risk of failure to meet the
Mhm.
delivery, we need to keep the sponsor informed at least as soon as possible. Yeah.
I
It's not
think the
even
one of
that. Isn't it because also who hires the resource? Who gets the resource? Is it the sponsor or the steering committee? It's sponsor, right?
Right.
The sponsor is responsible for resources, so we have to inform him in any
Okay.
case.
Okay. Agreed. So everybody with B. So also B is yesterday, as I discussed, as I told you on PMI. So B is the correct answer. So all of you agree that B, first we have to inform the sponsor, then meet the steering committee, and then set up a team meeting. So B is the correct answer. Correct. So very critical answer question. The chronological event is outmoded here.
So, Mr. Sami, so
Yes.
in this question, basically we do not escalate, we just inform.
Correct.
So
Correct.
if we want to go for escalation, first step is a steering committee. If this one is not escalation.
Right. Correct. Because as everybody said that why I tried a lot to ask on PMI about this, but they said that same reason that everybody said that sponsor has to be informed before making anything.
Yeah, so
Okay,
there
yeah.
is another perspective also because it's categorically mentioned delivery of a deliverable, which means it is not holistically impacting. It's only one deliverable which has been getting affected with that.
Okay.
As
Okay.
That
already
could be considered.
as already mentioned, I think the key thing that the main person for the resources is a sponsor, so
Right.
that's why we need to inform him
Inform
first.
him first. Right. Correct.
Yep.
Agreed. B is the correct answer. 373. Okay. So in this question, 373. You are you are 3 months into a program. You presented 5 component projects to the included into the program and to the steering committee. One of the senior and seasoned steering committee asks you what is the document in the program that contains the success criteria for this component project. Simple success criteria is page number 30 of the booklet, business case. So why B? Mr. Felician, why B?
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a confusion because I thought charter was a bit more appropriate because we have the expression fulfilling the charter, so I thought that was a bit
No,
more correct.
that is okay. But if you go to page number 31, I told
Mm-hmm.
very clearly any type of success is in the program charter. Metrics of success, definition of success, used to measure the success. Everything is in the
Mm-hmm.
charter. The only thing about the success that is in the business case is the success criteria. Page number 30, second last bullet point. Describe success criteria. So that's why it is very clearly he has asked this question. So the answer should be C, business case. Uh, Miss Sabina, why D? Program manager plan has nothing to do with the success criteria.
Well, I choose I choose the first answer was C, program
Yeah.
business case, and then just guiding the success criteria mislead me as guiding maybe performance reports and show how it's going with
Okay.
components. That's why I switched to D.
No, no, but this is very straightforward. That question. Success criteria is in the business
Yes,
case.
success criteria with business case, definitely we have it in our booklet as well.
Booklet. Yes,
And
correct.
we have previous questions, similar questions.
Correct. Yes, Mr. Naveed.
Sir, it's fine, but I just wanted to add that I forgot this keyword of the success criteria. So how you have solved it correct is that the successful completion of a project is judged against its benefits, the business case, sir.
Correct.
So that's why it's the business case.
Yes. So, but this is the only easy questions in today's class. Success criteria. Okay. So 374. Mr. Tofa, please send the answer directly to me. In the chat box, you can select only to me. To a better visibility on program. Okay, so this question number 374. What is the rational means logic of incorporating program roadmap into the governance plan for steering committee approval? So C and D we can eliminate. To let the steering committee know the budget details is not relevant. To allow steering committee to have a bird eye view of the program is also not relevant. C and D are wrong. We are stuck between A and B. So why A? Mr. Ruslan, why A?
In the roadmap, we have the milestones, and
Correct.
it's one of the key factors.
Okay, but he's asking. Okay, let's go for Mr. Faisal. Why A?
Because it's linkage between the milestones and deliverables.
No, but we are talking about the roadmap. Roadmap in the governance plan. Okay, we know why A.
The governance, I mean, while making governance decisions, I think they will also have an overview on the program milestones and deliverables, which is part of roadmap. So that's the only motto. Otherwise, I mean, if it is for the effective, successful governance, you can link many things, not just the roadmap. So
Okay,
I think,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. I saw the same also.
Yeah,
The
Mr. Abdul.
monitored effectively is a very, let's say, open and subject. So all the components is important for the monitoring effectively. It's not only program roadmap, but that specifically the program roadmap, you need to give the meaning of the milestones.
okay,
And we
and
already have governance plan for monitoring. I mean, governance plan almost monitor the program effectively, and just to have visibility, as I mentioned in the answer, visibility of on program milestones. So roadmap is the
okay,
best way to not go into details.
okay. Why B? Why B, Mr. Matt? Why B?
Because the concept of roadmap and the concept of governance plan is to do the monitoring.
Mhm.
Hmm.
It's a tool. It's a tool. So the roadmap is something we use. When that's not what the question is asking. Question's asking in the governance plan. And in the
Yeah,
governance plan, that's
yes,
how you monitor the roadmap. It's you're monitoring the roadmap in the governance plan because they set the rules for how you need to do things. They're not asking about what's in the roadmap.
Right. So I think I was also of the opinion of A, but ultimately from the final decision is the B is the correct answer. And I also asked the same question, why not A? Then the reason is while A suggests that incorporating the program roadmap into the governance plan provides better visibility on the milestones and key deliverables, but the primary rationale or reason for including the roadmap is to enable effective monitoring and governance of the program. So the as Dr. Amari and Mr. Med picked that, I think they picked the correct tone what he is trying to ask in the question. They are trying to ask what is the rational or logic of putting the roadmap in the governance plan. They are not talking about the content of the roadmap itself, right, Dr. Maria? If I'm clear, if you is the same tone.
Yeah, it's tricky because you have to really read the last sentence in the question. That's really what they're asking you. They're trying to trick you to think it's they want you to talk about the roadmap, but
Uh,
it's not. They want you to answer why for the governance plan.
and the keyword here is this: what is the rational? Means he's asking us why. What is the advantage of putting the roadmap into the governance plan, right? So, and that the purpose becomes to be the to monitor the program effectively for successful program governance.
So,
There's
Mr.
still
Smith,
if your rational meaning is also linked with a better visibility of the program's milestone,
But
and
that is
it's
also
giving
meaning
the
the
exact.
effectively monitoring, Mr. Ruslan. In that case, in that thing, the governors should have a high upper end. So governors will have help us to monitor the program effectively.
Hopefully the answer A is not wrong as well. So because that one is also the element.
Yes, but this question will come in the exam. So
I
because
was actually thinking, like Mr. Sami just said, because governance is a whole, I would say, a whole structure on its own. So a bit more powerful structure. So it's just going to make use of a tool, like Dr. Maria said,
to put
the
yes,
milestone.
in the tone of the question, what he is trying to ask is to give more importance to the governance while we put the roadmap inside it. So B is the correct answer. I will be sharing this detailed explanation when I will share this question today. I have already written this thing, but even I was confused. So B is ultimately the final answer that we are going.
In the actual exam, I selected A.
Okay.
And I guess it was wrong, but
But now you agree with B?
Yes, I agree with B. I agree with B.
Because of the reason of rational for incorporating, right? Governor
Yes.
should have a high upper end.
Yes, I agree. I agree with B. I was confused between A and B. I mean, in between these two options. But in the second or third review, I go for A.
Okay.
Most probably, let's say that the preferable answer is B, but A is not wrong. So A is correct, but the preferable
agreed. This is 100% sure. Just for the satisfaction of all, Mr. Abdullah and Sandeep, who have helped me to prepare these questions, they all passed with all above target. Okay, but in the when we analyze the result on the above target bar, they are in the middle. Means I will share the result also in the end of the class. You can see what I'm trying to figure out, that in the above target bar, if it is 100%, they are on 50% of above target. So it means that they made some questions wrong, and these are the tricky questions that were in which they were stuck. And then we had a long discussion. So if at the now Ms. Abdullah also agreed that B is with the logic with detailed explanation, B is the correct answer. So it means that this really helped us to improve the questions that we are preparing. So thank you very much for
Sir, I've just
clarifying.
posted one question in the Teams to you.
Yes.
Can you please look into that?
Okay, I will answer. Let's do 375. 100 always answer the same domain. What is the meaning of answer in the same domain?
The same domain, if it is from the governance domain or it is from the stakeholder domain. So let's not go from other cross domain to answer that. If it is
That is
already
okay.
available,
But we have to see the tone of the question. But it is means to be the same thing. Okay, again a very tricky question. You joined as a program manager of a multi-year program. As a new program manager, you notice that the program roadmap is not updated and it is not reflective of the exact situation. What is your next step? Ask project manager to update the roadmap. This is wrong. I cannot ask the project. A is eliminated and C is eliminated. You will delegate this task to PMO is wrong. So it can either be B or D. So Miss Sabina, why D? I cannot hear you.
Sorry, sorry, I'm
Yes.
here. I have eliminated A and C, as you said.
Okay.
And regarding the planning process to review and update the roadmap regularly, we update roadmap whenever we have updates from our components. I mean, this document we update in any case throughout our program. That's why I choose D, the most relevant answer.
No, B is the correct answer. The way the thing you said is B.
But we have to do it in any case. So
Well, you
something
would-
wrong with the previous program manager was probably that
Why
new one is joined.
why you want to have a meeting with sponsor to discuss the way
I don't
forward?
want to have a sponsor. Actually, it's also not relevant answer, but the roadmap we update whenever we have updates from our components, whenever we have
Right.
updates on our program.
But the
but
tone,
that's not what
progress
it's
and
asking. It's asking you, as a program manager, it's your job to make sure that you create and define the roadmap with those
But this
deliverables.
is obvious. It's almost under our program.
no, that
Why
is
we
okay.
have
No,
something new?
yes, but the point here is that what is the current scenario? The current scenario is that the program roadmap is not updated and it is not reflective. So it means there is some flaw or there is some missing thing in the process. That's why when you are in the new program, the roadmap is not updated. So in that case, we have to plan a process to review and update the regularly roadmap. I agree this is a by default our task, but in the current scenario, this is the what thing that we have to implement here.
Right. And when you plan, that means that you're going to have a conversation with those people to get the proper information back so that you can do that. That's why B is right.
Right. Mr. Felician, why D?
Then again, this one involves some planning also.
Correct.
And my reasoning was certainly some reason behind this situation. So as a new program manager, I need to have the background information as per how this kind of happened before taking any action, like analyzing type of action
Okay.
before you take any kind of action.
Yes, Naveed Khan.
Sir, I have just selected option D just because of the reason that a complete year has been passed. The steering committee was there, the sponsor was there, and the program roadmap has not been updated. There must be some critical reason.
Yes. So
Yes.
yes. So
It has not been updated.
so
And
you have
you
to
are
plan
new.
a process because there is no process that is keeping this updated.
But sir, there must have been some periodic health checks, some the phase gate reviews during which it must have been updated or presented. Isn't it the case? And it is not necessary. There may be a scenario if the sponsor is on the steering committee, sir.
Hmm.
So it is not necessarily the escalation, sir. And you
Okay.
are new. It's your maybe your first or second day.
Yes. Okay. Who is Mr. Faisal?
Yes, Mr. Sami, it's not a straightforward process to basically go and update the roadmap. It's required a certain approval from the program management plan also. So in my view, there could be a transition missing, from the previous program manager, or there has to basically first consult with the sponsor to understand whether it was already been there as a process or it is going to be a new initiative to have a regular update. So plan a process, yeah, it makes a sense, but it doesn't basically mean that you're a new manager, you start updating the document without even having a consent of any PM or any other person which is already available as a legacy information available. So in that context, I
Okay.
have chosen.
I agree with all of you, but only thing that Abdullah, can you give us the input? I am going
So
for B.
just like everyone else, I was also confused between B and D. It was one of the question I marked for the review, but in the end, end up selecting the B, the planner process to review and update the roadmap regularly. The thought process, because I selected the B, was so the first program and manager, he has already left the program, and the second one who has joined in the midway or at the end of the first year, he's looking in the documentation and he couldn't find the update or the process to see how to make a program roadmap make reflective of the exact situation. And as Dr. Maria said, it was also one of the thought that at the end of the day, he is going to have that conversation with all of the stakeholders, with the sponsors, steering committee, and all those kind of team members. So that's why I ended up selecting the B.
Okay. So we should go with B. And also, as a last comment from my side, if D is saying you plan meeting with the sponsor to discuss the way forward as you are a new. So it doesn't give you what is the way forward. I agree that you should meet with the sponsor. If you would have said plan a meeting with the sponsor and plan a process to review and update, then that will be the best answer. But option number D is only telling you that you are going to the sponsor, but it's not giving you the exact solution to the problem that we have. So the solution to the problem is that we should have a process that can be used in future.
Mr.
So
Abdul, I propose to limit the time of the analysis of each question because it's already 45 minutes and we just did the 5
okay,
questions.
okay.
So,
So it's B.
otherwise, we will spend 4 hours and we'll do only
No, okay.
for
Okay,
20
okay.
questions.
Agreed.
Yeah.
376. Okay, a client manager is very unhappy with the performance of one of the project manager and is planning to terminate him from the position. The project manager discussed this issue with you. Being program manager, what is your next step? A, ask what went wrong with the project manager. Meet with the client manager to understand. Client program manager has the right. B, as a client manager, respect his decision. So C is the correct answer. Everybody gave the correct answer is C. Only I will ask who gave A. Mr. Farisam, why A? I have
I
to
mean,
meet the
in hindsight, yeah, I would side with C2
meet. You have to
because
meet with the client. You cannot ask him directly. Yeah, Mr. Ruslan, why A?
Because the C is not the time when you need to do it. You should not come to that stage when the client is unhappy with your project manager
Yes.
to understand the expectation of the deliverables. So if it's a problem with the project manager, you need to meet with the client to understand what is wrong with the project manager. But before that, you already need to know the expectation of the deliverables. It's
But you
not
know,
right time to come.
no,
Yeah,
that is okay. But
that's
A
my
is also
understanding.
ask client program manager, and B, C is also same. Meet with the client manager. The same thing.
No, they ask a client program manager. So the client is unhappy with the project manager and he
So
wants to remove him.
yes, so
So
I have
you
to
are
ask him.
meeting and discussing them.
Yes, I am
Yeah.
meeting him. So C is the correct answer. I will meet him, and I should ask him why you are not happy with him.
So there is
But
another keyword which has been used,
no,
performance. Performance mean
no,
which
but
is deliverable, which is related to the program. So if it is like other behavior or
Hmm.
anything, then that could be another thing like
It's
ask client what.
sorry.
it's the process. It's the process. When you have a problem, what's the first thing you do?
To meet.
You set up a meeting. You set up a
Yes.
meeting with the client manager. You don't just say, I'm going to just go ask him. You meet with him because you have to schedule a meeting and then understand the expectation. That's why that answer is correct.
No, but just a second. The asked or meet, well, let's not go for such a detail. So if you are asking or meeting, so asking is also can be a meeting. But the expectation of the deliverables, what we mean the expectation of the deliverables, we mean about the project or the program deliverables and expectation. So as a program manager, I also already need to know this. So
No, no,
it's
no,
not
no,
the
no.
special.
But Mr. Sen,
Yeah.
he is unhappy with the performance of the project manager. So it means that I have to meet with the client manager and understand what he's expecting about his performance. Understanding the expectation of the deliver, what he wants the project manager to deliver based on his performance, which he's not delivering.
Right. That's on the component
Okay.
level. You're talking
Yes.
about program level. We're not talking about program. This is project.
So okay, so then it's need to be more clear in my understanding because because
Yes.
I saw that expectation of the deliverables mean on the general, on the program level. Well, if we are saying that to understand the expectation of
Yes.
the deliverables for the specific project where we have the problem.
Yes.
Okay, in that
So,
case, it's
yes.
And
it's a good.
also another key thing is the question asks client manager. Only the C is where he has mentioned client manager. Everywhere else is client program manager. So this is one of
Okay.
the also, yeah.
Okay.
This was my thought process when I selected the C. I was also confused.
That's a good point.
Okay. Very good point. So we go with C. 377. Okay. So the we understood the scenario. One of the is he informs, and as soon as the project manager realizes his mistake, he immediately informed the program manager about the situation, what went wrong. So C is eliminated and D is eliminated. I cannot return him back. It can only be A or B. So the B is saying that assign him to a mandatory communication course. I think that would be the right answer because it is solving your the root cause. What is the problem? A, recognize him. What positive thing I will get from it? So I will ask why a lot of people are giving A, but the reason that I found is in this scenario, as a program manager, your next step should be to assign the project manager to the communication course. This approach acknowledges the project manager's honesty in reporting the issue while also addressing the root cause of the problem, which was miscommunication.
But
Yes,
where in this question is a subject of that problem of the communication skills of the project manager?
and miscommunicates. First line is managing the complex program and miscommunicates with another project team, which led to
Okay,
the missed
okay,
deadline and an important
yeah,
deliverable. So he doesn't know how to
agreed.
communicate.
So you want to make sure he doesn't do it again. That's why he has
Yes,
to go to the
yes,
communication course.
yes.
That's
Even if I will appreciate him for a okay, he is honest, he's thing, but it will not solve the root cause of the problem, which is to improve, to teach him about communication. So B is the correct answer
Agree,
in 377.
agree.
378. Vinu, please read the question again. How you can reduce the scope? Okay. Being you submitted a bid for 7 million, but the client organization said that program must be completed in 5 million per the previous baseline. Organization is notorious for cutting corners. What should you do? Agree, there's always a budget. A is wrong. Reject the offer and inform the sponsor. I cannot immediately reject the offer because this is every day in negotiation phase. Meet face to face with client and discuss way to reduce the scope. If I will reduce the scope, the program is changed. How you can reduce the scope and agree on cutting corners? D,
For whom I am doing this program? For whom I am doing this program? For the client, correct?
correct.
So the client is asking me the unrealistic budget. So my budget is 7 million based on the certain calculations, and he's asking to reduce it for 2 million. So I'm coming to him that okay, if you want to reduce it, then I need to reduce the scope as well. I cannot give you the same product for the same
Yes.
number.
So the same scenario what you did, what you are doing, you are negotiating. Utilize your strong communication skills to negotiate. Like when you go to the market every day, shopkeeper says you this is $100, but you ask him to that I need to buy it in $80. So first you negotiate with him. Can you reduce? I will not say okay, give me half kg of thing instead of 1 kg if I have to give in $80. You always negotiate with the people first.
But I agree that the D is a correct answer, but C is not the wrong as well. So
Yes,
if you're
yes,
receiving
it's
that
target and
range,
above target, target and above target.
Yeah,
But
but C comes secondary. So you're going to negotiate like you just said in your scenario, and then you're going to figure out what you need to do next.
yes,
So
definitely.
C's not wrong, but D's the better answer.
because this is
Agree.
a negotiation. And why B, Mr. Farison? Why you selected B?
B, because the discrepancy, I mean, from 7 to 5, I thought the discrepancy was considerable. So it's a no-go, basically. That's
Yes,
my
it is.
thought process.
Okay, but in any case, first you have to negotiate. First you have to ask
Correct.
because this is our daily life problem that we have to reduce the cost. So 378 is D. 379. So everybody is confused between A and B. Correct. So I was also confused in A and B. So Mr. Tofa, why A?
Uh, because metrics come after improvement plan. That's why I choose A.
Correct. We know why A.
I will go with the same explanation what you mentioned because metrics comes after plan. Yeah. And we need to incorporate plan further. Yeah.
Yes. So the answer is A. The reason I got is while including continuous improvement metrics for the overall program is important. It is part of a broader continuous improvement plan. So what should be your next step or your first step after finding this problem is to introduce a continuous program improvement plan
Excuse me.
and then the
We don't,
metrics.
excuse me, Mr. Sam, we don't have anything as program improvement planning as a document.
Right.
This is like a made up term.
Okay, but improvement metrics is also not anywhere.
But you can always introduce KPIs to reach higher target.
Okay. Abdullah, can you please give us some info?
So I included I suggested a B, selected a B. the continuous improvement metric, because for the same reason that we do not have anything as a program improvement plan. Or this seems like to me a made-up term. It was
Okay.
also one of the questions that I marked for review. So,
Mhm.
and after I mean too much wasting time on this one, I just selected B and moved on.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
he already said the program manager already decided to do it. He's not going to introduce it. He already decided he's going to do it. So he's going to include it, not introduce it.
no, he decided to do a continuous improvement. So in order to do the continuous improvement, he has to do something.
Who's he introducing it to? That's where the problem is, that I agree with what everybody else is saying. There's no such, we don't have continuous program improvement.
Okay, so we will not spend time on that in the when I will send you the option. This question I will mark it either is A or B. It's very clear, A or B. But let's look into that. But what I also selected B in the beginning, to be honest. But when I went into the detailed checking, I tried multiple times to force him to give me A, but to give me B. But again, he was strict on A. So I will give you the explanation what I got. But 371.9. If somebody gets a good reason, then please share on the group. Okay, so currently we are going with A of 379, but I am open for discussion on 379. 380. Okay, so the key word in this question is worried about what is the method of measuring ongoing benefits realization and continuous monitoring of the benefits after the closure. Your response is why B, Mr. Matt, why B?
Sorry, I meant D. I would be wrong.
So you selected
D. D. Yeah,
benefits and
I
benefit.
meant.
So we're talking about the short-term and long-term
Yes.
realization of the
So
benefits.
this is
So the
A.
short-term is a realization and the long-term is a
It's sustainment plan. Benefits
Right. Okay.
relation plan and benefit sustainment plan. Abdullah, what is D? Is same benefits sustainment and benefits management plan.
Yes, but I guess the order is reversed.
Yeah, or different order.
Ah, okay,
Just
okay. Oh, that's the trick. I got it. So the very important thing that Mr. Abdullah said, that he's asking the
Sir, A
sequence.
and D are different, sir.
Eh?
A and D are both different options.
No, but principally same benefit relation plan is same like benefits management plan, but the order is wrong. And asks you what is a method of measuring ongoing benefit realization. That will be benefit realization plan. And second part
No,
is
I looked this up. Actually looked this up. D is wrong. A is the right answer.
yeah, A is right. A is right. But I'm asking why D is not, why D is wrong.
D, even if you switch D, it's not correct, because I looked it up to check it, because I got it wrong originally when I was doing the exam.
Okay.
It says in the book specifically why A is the correct answer.
And why is D is wrong?
So the order is reverse.
Yes, order is reverse.
No, but it's still not correct, even if the order is reversed.
Means we cannot put benefits management plan instead of benefit realization plan. This is what you're saying.
Oh, it's what the person, somebody stipulated it, said it before. The short-term benefits, benefit realization, and then the benefit sustainment plan. That's the correct answer.
Maybe because benefit sustainment is part of benefit realization plan.
Part of benefit management plan, but A is the right answer. And
Management plan, yes.
the important thing to understand here in this type of questions, like Mr. Abdullah said, the sequence is also very important. Like in the inform the sponsor and meet the steering committee, and that's in this type of tricky questions. Please always, when you have 2 or 3 options, comma, and like this one, please also look for the sequence. What he's trying to ask. So let's take a 2 minutes break. Let's take 2 minute breaks and then we continue. We have done 10 questions.